You meet someone. For a few weeks, everything feels effortless. And then, without meaning to, something shifts. Maybe you start needing to hear from them constantly, replaying every text, terrified they're pulling away. Or maybe it's the opposite. They get closer, and something in you quietly starts looking for the exit. This isn't bad luck. It isn't commitment issues in some vague sense. It's a blueprint your brain built before you were even 5 years old, and it's been running the show in every relationship since. These are the 3 attachment styles quietly steering your love life. Anxious attachment. If you grew up with a caregiver who was loving sometimes and distracted or unavailable other times, your nervous system learned an unpredictable lesson. Love can disappear without warning. So your brain built an early warning system to catch it before it happens. As an adult, that shows up as constantly scanning for signs someone's pulling away. You reread their texts 3 times, hunting for a changed tone. A slow reply doesn't feel neutral, it feels like evidence. You might ask for reassurance, then ask again, then apologize for asking, because some part of you is sure that needing this much proves you're too much. The anxious style isn't about being needy. It's a nervous system that never learned love could be steady, so it stays braced for it to vanish. If this is you, the work isn't forcing yourself to need less. It's learning to sit with the discomfort of not knowing, without treating every silence as an emergency. Reassurance from someone else can only ever be temporary. The lasting version has to come from inside you. Avoidant attachment. This one builds differently. If your caregiver dismissed your needs, told you to toughen up, or simply wasn't emotionally available, you learned early that needing people leads to disappointment. So you adapted. You became fiercely self-sufficient.
And it worked, until someone got close enough to actually depend on. Then something in you quietly starts building an exit. You focus on their flaws right when things deepen. You call it needing space, needing independence, not being ready. But it's often something else. Intimacy itself feels like danger, because the last time you truly needed someone, they weren't there. Avoidant attachment doesn't look like fear. It looks like control, like always being the one who cares slightly less. But underneath the calm exterior is the same wound the anxious person carries. It's just wearing a different disguise. If this is you, the work is noticing the exact moment the urge to pull away shows up, and staying 5 more minutes instead of leaving. Disorganized attachment. This is the most painful of the 3, because it comes from a caregiver who was both the source of comfort and the source of fear. A parent who could be warm one moment and frightening the next.
As a child, you faced an impossible situation. The person you needed to run to for safety was also the person you needed to run from. Your brain never resolved that conflict, so it doesn't resolve it in adulthood either. You crave closeness, and the second you get it, panic sets in. You might pull someone in intensely, then push them away just as hard, confusing everyone, including yourself. It's not that you don't want love. It's that love and fear got wired into the same circuit, and your body still can't tell them apart. Here's what matters. None of these are life sentences. They're not your personality. They're patterns your brain built to survive a specific childhood. And patterns that were learned can be updated.
It starts with exactly what you just did. Recognizing which one is yours, instead of thinking you're just bad at relationships. The moment you can name the pattern, you stop being run by it, and you start being the one who's finally driving. If you saw yourself in one of these, drop which one in the comments. New story on the mind next week.